All right, this is Marguerite. She is from California. She's a 1980 school bus, Thomas built, and she has an automatic engine. She's 36 feet long and 7.5 feet wide. She has an Allison transmission and a Cat 2806 engine, I believe. That might be wrong. I will have to check. But I drove her from California out here. This is how she locks, just like that. This is the door. This is the old entry. It's been there since I got it. This is the driver's seat. And I put in this little counter up here for things like your keys and plants. And this is storage. This opens up. I'll open it up to show you. I had some cleaning supplies up there. There we go. And there's the inside of the door. You can also lock it from the inside. And then here is the inside of the bus. This is bamboo flooring that was repurposed. And these two boxes are actually the wheel wells. So I covered them with boxes so that it's usable space. This is clearly a bench, that's brand new. And then over here, this was my pantry. You could remove this and you could even do something where you lay out another thing that's flat right here, and you can have a bed right there. That's going to be about a little bit bigger than a twin, I think. And then you see this is the pop-up over here. That gives you a lot of extra room above your head when you're standing in the main places you're going to be standing. I am 5'6" and I have plenty of space above my head, even without that area. So that is cedar fencing on the inside. Those two windows on the sides open up. When those open up, it can create this sort of heat sink effect where heat rises and then it can leave through those windows. This main wood is pine tongue and groove. That was I finished it with an eco finish. Everything in here is low VOC and all the paints are low VOC, and I try to do everything as eco-friendly as possible. It took me a lot of years because of that. We'll do this side and then we'll go to the other side. This is the sink and a ton of storage below. The water drains right out onto the ground. I always lived on farms and just used really eco-friendly soap. But you could have it drain into a large container that you could use to water plants as well or divert elsewhere. These two windows open and have screens. This is a propane stove and oven. Worked great, baked in here a lot. This is more storage. There's also storage under here, and I stored baking stuff in here because I bake a lot. And this is another storage space. I would prepare food here. That's a working outlet. This opens up where you can chop vegetables and whatever else and have more space. These are great. This opens up. There's a drawer and cabinet space down here. Then this is a wall. And let's go to this side. We'll start back over here. So you can have a little seat here. This is some more storage space. I've talked to people who said, oh, I could put a washer or dryer there of some sort. This is seriously old. I think it's from the 1930s or 20s. And it's a storage cabinet. I used it for all my pantry items. I do a lot of cooking and baking, so this housed all of that. And then that drawer also opens up and is large. And these outlets work up here. that's kind of a funny thing right there. You could hide that, but there's 4 outlets up there if you ever need. Okay. Go back over here. Sorry for the back and forth. It's hard to show this space without doing that. And then this is the area where I had my table and chairs. I had it a few different ways throughout time. One period of time, I had a table that was like this, that was attached to the wall, and it could fold down and out of the way, and that was really nice. I also had a much larger table here that was about 4 feet long, and that worked perfectly fine as well. There's actually plenty of room for that. So I made everything to be pretty modular so that I could change things over time, because I really like that. And then I'm gonna show you up here. That's a really wonderful picture window. You can't really see out of it right now, but I'll show you the rest up here. Okay, those windows are wonderful. They don't open, but they really add a lot to the space. Here's the wood stove. This is a water compartment to boil water for tea. This place down below is heat resistant. I planned to tile it, but I never really ended up doing it because I wasn't bothered by it. This area down here is where I kept all of my wood, and you'll see on the other side you can load it from the door on the other side of this. Okay. I'll actually show you the door. So this is the door. This is one of the emergency exits. I had this to cover the window, and you just open it like that. And in the winter, I would load wood through here, and I would just pull out this little drawer, and it was just a long plastic drawer that fit right in there, and put my wood in there, and that was really easy. I'll shut this. Okay, we'll look over here. This is a bureau that I had. You could easily remove it. It's bolted to the wall, screwed to the wall. And let's look at the bathroom. So this is the bathroom. I had a curtain going across here. I lived mostly alone. That worked well for me. You could put a bifolding door or something else here. And that's a composting toilet. There's an electrical outlet that works right there. You just need a tiny bit of electrical to run the LED screen for this propane instant hot water heater, which was amazing. I always had never-ending hot water. And then that is a brand new mirror, which can open and has storage on the inside. This composting toilet is super simple. It's literally just a bucket system. You could get a urine diverter if you wanted. I used it happily for a long time, and I would line it with very thick, heavy composting bags, and then I could throw it away when I was done, or sometimes I would, when the ground wasn't frozen, I would bury it. Okay, let's move back to this. So this is the tub. This was a wonderful space, made me so happy. This is more of that cedar fencing, and then cedar fencing on the inside and on the left. And this was reclaimed corrugated metal. And this is a sweet little vintage style, but not vintage, hose and faucet right there. This is a wonderful bathtub, made me so happy. This is, underneath this rug is a waterproof area that I always planned on tiling, but never did because I just like to have a rug here. That worked well for me. This has that, and then there's a little hook for your towel. The the skylight is cracked right now, and I'll be replacing that very soon. That'll be replaced before it's sold with a brand new skylight. And then here we have 2 closets and the bedroom. And we have these cute walls over here. Those are framed out. This back area I use to sit and have tea because I like to have tea. This is a huge window that opens, and in the summer I would put a screen across there and let the air flow through. I did not have an air conditioning, but you could easily put one in. Some people have talked about putting an air conditioning up there, or just having a one that stands alone, which you could put back here or in the kitchen area. This opens up fully. That's a 4-foot window again, has a screen. Wonderful. Underneath is storage, the whole length of the queen bed. And some people have talked about raising this up and having that be another space for beds, so you could have almost like even bigger than a king size bed here if you want. You would lose a little bit of space on the head, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of space. So you can easily sit up here. Even someone very tall can sit up in this area. Okay, so loved this area. It was wonderful. Here are the closets. So this is closet number 1. We have area to hang your clothes. This is a little light. Recently put new batteries in it. I had some baskets down here, and I had my clothes hanging here, and then I had some baskets up there. And pardon the switcheroo. This closet has shelves, and I had baskets here and here. That made it easy. There's tons of storage, as you can see in this bus. You can easily put like some rolling things underneath here if you want for storage. This light over here is screwed into the wall and works well. It has a cord that runs along here and is plugged in over here. This is 2 outlets there, and we'll go back to the front of the bus. Okay. Hello, hello, hello to everything. See it again. She's cute. I love living in her. I just don't have land to park her anymore, which is unfortunate, but it's time to be real with myself and let her have a new home. It's with a lot of reluctance that I'm selling her because I had a lot of really wonderful times in her. I just don't have space to keep her. So if you've seen this whole video and you still have questions, this is just a little baking dish I need to bring home. If you have any questions, please let me know. These are the original wires under here for all of the wiring for the bus. Those channels go on both sides across the bus. You can see it here too. The fridge worked great, fridge and freezer. Never had a problem with it. It's environmentally friendly, so it draws very little power. All right. Thanks for watching.